And now joining us here on the Inland Sports Show, he is the skipper for your RCC Tigers, the great Rudy Arguelles. And Coach, first off, thank you for jumping on the Inland Sports Show as we catch up with you for this interview. You actually are at practice right now, and you guys are off to a hot start this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's like 7 in a row for RCC right now, but what do you attribute to this great start for Riverside City College?
You know, it's a cumulative of a bunch of things, to be honest with you, Pep. You know, we got a competitive squad. I think we got a tremendous amount of depth. And anytime you can pitch and play some solid defense with some timely hitting, it's usually a pretty good formula to be able to amount some numbers in that W column, you know, and that's kind of what's happening right now. And we know it's early. Got to clean up a little bit of things that, you know, has shown and presented itself early here. But we're excited. We're excited to keep competing, keep having opportunities against competitive opponents and see what kind of run we can make.
Now, Coach, when you say you guys can pitch a little bit, I think I saw you have a combined no-hitter earlier this season, a couple games ago. Talk about that no-hitter that you guys already saw, and maybe you're not surprised. Maybe you feel like you got some good pitchers on your staff, and on any given night, you guys could go out there and do that to another team.
You know, I don't know about a no-hitter, but I think we can actually, you know, be very, very competitive. And again, you know, back that up with some solid defense. But that night was special. I think anytime you throw a no-hitter, I don't care what level you're, you know, it's special. Some things have to bounce your way. And it did that night, you know, with John Mockerman, you know, started off a little bit shaky with his command and then really dialed it in and was dominating, really attacking the zone, and then brought in, you know, Chaz McWilliams to finish it up. And, you know, he started where Mock kind of left off and finished the job. We had a no-hitter on our hands. And again, it's special anytime you can do that. The crazy part about that, Pep, was we followed that up with a 4-hit shutout the previous day, you know. So if we can continue to build that with our staff and put together those types of performances, it has a chance to be pretty special.
All right, Coach, you've been around a lot of baseball. So how many, as a player or a coach, how many no-hitters have you been a part of?
Oh, man. 2.
Oh,
Two.
That was easy.
2.
So as a player, as a coach, what can you tell me about those 2 no-nos that you saw or were part of?
You know, both here at this level, both as a coach, you know, one Ryan Wing, who, you know, had a special career here and you know, was this close to the big leagues, you know, had a little bit of time in Japan, was on the 40-man, you know, injury derailed, and there was no question he was going to make it to the bigs, but he threw one here, and it was, you know, absolutely a special time when he did that, you know. And then these guys combining with Mockerman and McWilliams, that's the second time I've been a part of a no-hitter here. And again, they're unique, it's special, and it doesn't matter, like I said, what level you do it at.
Well, Coach, let's talk about the rest of the season. Obviously, a great start for the Tigers, but you said, hey, there's still areas that we can get better. We can still clean up. We can still improve. What are some of those areas that you feel like this team can still, you know, improve upon and maybe still has time to peak and reach even further potential down the road?
You know, we got to clean up base running, and with that, you know, we're aggressive. It's part of our philosophy. You know, you got personnel where you got some team speed. We want to utilize that. It's part of our mantra and our makeup. You know, we're going to be aggressive and relentless. So with that, there's going to be mistakes, you know, being made early because we're overly aggressive. But, you know, I'll go back to the old John Scalinas and Dennis Rogers used to say, you know, hey, I'd rather tame a wild Mustang than kick that donkey butt on a daily, you know. So it's a good problem to have. We see that as a good problem to have. But, you know, it allows, when those mistakes are made, it allows for a lot of teaching moments. And that's the good thing about this club. with the depth that we have, they really want to learn. They really do want to learn. They're beyond competitive, which is a great trait to have as well. And anytime you have that type of depth and that type of mentality, you're going to have a chance to have a pretty successful season. And we think that's on the horizon.
It sure looks like it. Coach, before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you, looking at the last couple of seasons, obviously nothing has been normal in the world because of COVID, but does this baseball season feel almost like it's back to normal? Does it feel a little bit more customary that you were used to, pre-pandemic? Because I don't know, I go to a lot of high school games and whatnot, and I almost feel like it feels normal again. We got fans and there's cheering, and it kind of feels like we're back to what local sports should be. But how do you feel from the coaching perspective?
I'm to be honest with you, I'm probably a little guarded still. Still a little frustrated with how everything kind of rolled out, and we had our opportunity to talk, and again, grateful for having us, on the show, and appreciate what you bring to our community. It's incredible and awesome. But I'm probably a little bit guarded with the scenario and things that we've had to deal with, and we're a little bit different. We have had to deal with a little bit more obstacles than I would say everybody else, especially within our conference. But yeah, we are exciting. And I'll tell you what, anybody who was at that game on Saturday, I've shared with my wife and, colleagues and coaching staff and players that if there was ever a sense of, just a regular normal feeling going on where, hey, you let emotions go and the excitement, the competitiveness, everything you wanted in a game, it was really in that game Saturday, and probably experienced that there, where it was like, wow, there's some normalcy definitely going on, and hopefully we can sustain that throughout.
And Coach, I would imagine just a sense of gratitude, right? Just being out there with the guys, your coaching staff, the players, just to be out there and, going through the rigmarole of a normal season, right? Without hopefully having any, like you said, obstacles or things down the road that you guys have to maneuver with. But I don't know. It looks like so far so good for you guys, right?
Yeah, we hope so. Like I said, we hope so. Be out here every day, like I said, with the guys, with the staff, being on the road, traveling, competing, all the nuances that go. So we're appreciative, we're grateful, and I think that's part of why the guys are responding the way they are. They've had to deal with the adversity, they've had to deal with things being taken away from them. So the appreciation, right? The intent is there on a daily basis, and try to get them to really, truly understand what it means to have that purpose each and every day, because nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah, we all found out the hard way in 2020. Coach Rudy Arguelles, thank you so much for your time. Go Tigers, and best of luck the rest of the season, Coach.
Cap, can't thank you enough, man. You're awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. That is RCC skipper Rudy Arguelles here on the Inland Sports Show.